Joining me now, Rocco Bialy, owner of Rocco's Restaurante and Pizzeria in California, Sean Callagy, an attorney from New Jersey, and Sheila Keeney, an interior designer from Minnesota. You guys aren't related, but all your names rhyme, and that makes it a lot easier for me. But let's get down to business here. Sheila, starting with you. What would the Biden tax plan mean for the Minnesota middle class?
Well, the middle class is always the ones who are going to pay under any sort of tax hikes. And although Biden, like most Democrats, just talks about taxing the rich, that's going to hurt all Minnesota families. It's going to prevent people from doing things like buying new furniture, which affects what I do. It's going to raise gas prices. All of the things that we've seen improve over the last 4 years are going to get worse. And in a state like Minnesota, it's a tax hike here when we have our Democratic governor also saying he's going to raise income taxes. It's going to kill our state.
Sean, I want to go to you now. I'm from Jersey. I'm allowed to say this, so don't get mad at me. But I hear from countless people, relatives and the like, saying the only reason we are sticking around in New Jersey is because our extended family is there. Will the Biden tax plan push these people to say, look, enough is enough. I love you guys, but I can't afford it here anymore. I'm packing my bags and I'm headed somewhere else that doesn't have this double whammy?
Yeah, Todd, thank you. I'm a blind man who's the grandson of a blind man, multi-generationally from New Jersey. And I don't think there needs to be a disconnect between heart and math. There's no possibility that raising taxes causes prosperity. I pay 100% of the health insurance premiums for everybody who works for me. And just that and so many other things are at stake for business owners and people in the state of New Jersey. It's absolutely insane to think that raising taxes is productive. Divisive rhetoric all over the place, ignore it, forget what anybody is saying, and just step into your heart and think about the math. And yes, I do think there would be an exodus of people from New Jersey.
Got it. Rocco, congratulations. California is #1 on this list. Unfortunately, it's a list you don't want to be on. More than 50% of your income, the money that you make, the money that you work hard slinging pizzas and selling stuff, which is a tough business, the restaurant business especially now, will go to the government under the Biden tax plan. What incentive does that leave you to try and grow your business?
It doesn't leave much incentive at all. You know, from what I've read, the new Biden tax plan is going to make California, if not the highest, one of the highest tax states in the country. You know, our economy is very fragile right now. And, you know, I just don't think, like the other speaker just said, I don't think we can tax our way into prosperity. I just don't. I come from a family of business owners, and I think our economy is very fragile right now, and I just don't think this is the time for any kind of a tax raise. I think we should be looking for some tax cuts.
Okay, we're going to do a big picture look here on the tax plans. We're going to do a little bit of a lightning round, so 15 seconds on each of these answers. This is a projected impact by 2030 of the respective tax plans. The Trump plan would reduce it by $1.1 trillion, taxes that is. The Biden plan would increase the taxes collected by $4 trillion. That's with a T. Rocco, how worried are you for the financial future of your family, the younger people that will follow after you?
Well, like I said earlier, I just don't think, a government has two forms of income. They have taxes and the sale of U.S. treasuries. That's really I think the government has a spending problem, not a revenue problem. Like I said earlier, I don't think you can just tax individual people or small businesses into prosperity. It's just not the way to go. And I'm very concerned with my employees, all 75 of them, and my family. If Biden's tax plan comes into play, we're in trouble.
Sean, question for you. $4 trillion more in taxes. How worried are you for the next generation?
Extremely, Todd. You know, I have 140 people that work for me. And what people don't understand with rhetoric, they don't understand how it all works. And the impact always comes downward. So if there's corporate tax raises, if there's income tax raises, and the impact is on business owners, that's going to change wages and all the benefits that people are provided. It doesn't work.
Sheila, last question to you. Joe Biden has said repeatedly that his tax plan will not hurt you if you make less than $400,000. Other people have sort of chipped away at that, said there are hidden taxes there, so you will pay. That $400,000 number, what's your reaction to that?
You know, in a state like Minnesota, we have become like California, a lot colder, where only the very rich or high income people and the very poor who are getting government services can afford to live here. So I'm so tired of hearing these things from Democrats that it's only going to hurt the high income. It never does. We've seen in this last 4 years, the economy has been booming for everybody. Everybody's been doing better. So again, in a state like Minnesota,
right,
it's going to be hard to attract people to want to come and live here.
America faces a decision. It will definitely impact the fine folks there of California, Minnesota, and of course my home state of New Jersey. Rocco, Sean, and Sheila, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jillian,
Thanks, Todd.